Hi and welcome to the FIT Conference 2023, where today we're going to talk about how performance and culture comes hand in hand. Now, my name is Tim Wilkinson Hall, I'm Head of Knowledge and Culture.
My name's Grace Ingham, Head of People Support. We're delighted to be here with you today at the FIT Conference, talking about how performance and culture go hand in hand. Now, something that we're incredibly proud of at Chess is our 15-year tenure in the Best Companies listing. This year especially, we came #1 Best Company to Work For in the Northwest, #2 in the technology sector, and #3 in the large category. And that's amazing, and that's testament to the culture, the people, and the performance of our people as well, which, all of which go hand in hand. Now, some feedback we get from our people is from our induction programme. So Tim, tell us about the induction programme you've worked really, really hard on.
Well, as we know, over the last 2 years, we've really wanted to focus the induction on the strategy of the business. And we know strategy of the business, we make Chess a great place to work, our people will make it a great place to be a customer. So those first few days and weeks in the induction, we really focus on those key areas. We make sure our people understand who our customers are, who our suppliers are, what drives our people, what drives our culture. And, one of the things that people talk about straight away is all the effort we put into making Chess a great place to work, and the benefits package is one of the things that people talk about quite often.
Yeah, it comes up, instantly when we get people in the office, or if it's a hybrid induction. My team, we run through what that benefits package looks like, and I guess it's something we've developed and nurtured over the years with that benefits package, and a lot of it comes with loyalty. So we've obviously got a loyalty point scheme, which as length of service goes on, you accrue points, and with those points you can buy benefits, cost you nothing. So people can tweak those benefits to what suits them and their lifestyle. Another big plus for those people, which kind of links in with our reward and recognition strategy, has to be Perkbox. It's a platform which, obviously times are tough with cost of living. It supports them with their financial well-being. The recognition element allows our people to reward their people monthly for going above and beyond or doing a great job. And like I say, that gives our leaders the autonomy to do that as well. So the benefits, the reward and recognition we do definitely goes hand in hand with the performance as well.
I think one of the good things about the benefits package as well, what we've seen over the last 2 years, is that the board really wants our people to have a voice in our benefits package. So we ask our people every 12 months, is this the right benefits package? Would you like us to add anything? Would you like us to change anything? And I think from doing that, people really buy into the strategy that we're trying to do. And another thing that we've both worked on over the last 6 months to 9 months with Oliver Lofthouse, our sales director, is we want to focus on our leaders coming together and sharing best practice. So we know that our leaders score well in the quarterly surveys and best companies, but we've really focused, haven't we, over the last 6 months of bringing our leaders together, working on leadership skills, working on leadership communication, but most importantly, asking our leaders what's working well for them performance-wise and sharing best practice. And we've seen some real positive results.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think especially in those leadership development training sessions, this incorporates new leaders, it incorporates leaders that have been here many, many years. But it's bringing those leaders together to make sure we're all kind of working collaboratively, ultimately working towards the same collective goal. And what we tend to find, and what I really enjoy seeing out of those training sessions, is we have new leaders and old leaders, but what we're really proud of at Chess is promoting from within. So, it's cemented within our blueprint that we like to grow our own talent, and, if you're not growing, we're not growing as a company. So it's lovely to see in those training sessions people that we have developed and nurtured internally to become some of our best leaders.
I'd agree as well. I think what we're starting to see now, after 3 years of our Learn to Earn scheme, where we empower our people to increase their salary by taking on extra knowledge and accreditations and vendor training, is that those people are starting to upskill, they're buying into our strategy, they're starting to perform well. They've been here a long time, so they get the culture, so we're starting to see the success from those people. And I think if you look at all the leaders in the last 12 months who have been promoted, they've all been through a Learn to Earn scheme, they've all been maybe a cultural ambassador at one point, which we'll talk about later. And it comes from within, and it all comes back for me from that strategy from the top, where if we make Chess a great place to work with all of our incentives, our benefits, our trainer knowledge, our people really will make Chess a great place to be a customer. and we're really starting to see that now with our best companies results.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're super proud of it. And you kind of mentioned coming from above there. I think our board and our senior management team, they are great at communication, and performance and culture definitely go hand in hand by the comms we get from the board. So we obviously have our senior management meeting every Monday. We have our stand-up at the start of the month where the board get together and communicate actions from the previous month, and set goals for the next month as well. So I think our board are really great at getting on board with that communication to ensure that our people are aligned against the performance, and I guess it's our role as the people team to ensure that culture goes hand in hand with that as well.
So we spoke there a lot about the things we do in Chess, but thinking about how performance and culture link together, I think for me there's probably been 3 key things in the last 12 to 18 months, maybe 2 years, that we've rolled out that really helped support that. So first of all, calendar categorisation, which has allowed us to look at efficiencies within the business and for us to communicate exactly what we're working on so we can support each other. Secondly, I think allowing our people to feedback on a weekly basis that we then take to the board, and a lot of that could be on performance measurements in place, whether we think the KPIs need changing slightly, if we need to look at different ways of supporting our people. And the third one, we're probably working closer together.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a people team, you know, in some businesses, the people team's quite spread apart. And I think for us, we work very collaboratively. And like you say, with the calendar categorisation, that's been a really interesting exercise to see where people are spending their time. And actually, I think it's encouraged people to be more effective with their time, and stricter as well. You know, the old, let's not have meetings for meeting's sake. Let's do what's important. So I think the calendar categorisation was pivotal in that, and people have really switched their mindsets as well.
It also gives, one of the things we've done is we've allowed people to have personal time out of the business that can support their performance overall. So, you know, if you need to take your dog to the vets or to go and see your child in a play or whatever, we now allow people to do that so that they can focus in the key time on performing, and the time that they need with their family or personal time, we allow people to do that. And we've seen a lot of success from that, haven't we, over the last 12 months, maybe longer now.
I think that cements into the culture as well. You know, we're a family business, and you know, if you give your people that time to be with their family, to do the things that matter and be flexible, again, it goes to our hybrid working kind of setup, that you tend to get more back as well. So that's linked in really well with the calendar categorisation. Okay, next up, let's have a chat about how technology can make your organisation a great place to work. Let's have a think about what we've done as a business and as a people team to make a great place to work using technology. We're in a great position, aren't we?
I think the key thing we did right at the beginning when we became a home working organisation is we started to set up a quarterly survey where we go out to our people and say, right, okay, we need you to be effective working from home, because if you're not effective, you're not able to perform. So that quarterly survey that we send out allows our people to score, firstly, how effective they are working from home, and secondly, what else do they need to work from home more effectively. That could be new hardware, it could be a desk, it could be somewhere with more light, it could be a hub that they need. And the good thing for us internally is that it's allowed us to work more collaboratively with our infrastructure teams, build relationships there, so we're able to work quickly together. And I think also one of the things, is in my knowledge arena is that I've really tried to push product champions, technology product champions, where we take individuals out of certain teams and we upskill them with vendor accreditations. It could be a Microsoft accreditation, it could be anything, where the focus is on how effective we can use that piece of technology and how other people learn. So by putting product champions within teams, as we've seen, people have a single point of contact to work closely with when they've got a small question about something, or they need to know where to go or how they can be more effective. That single point works, and it also allows our people to grow in that role as well.
Yeah, it empowers them, doesn't it, as well, to be that single voice. You kind of touched on the home working element and people having the tools, and I think if we cast the mind back to COVID, it was the day we were all sent home into the unknown, no one knew what was happening. As a business, our people were equipped with the technology to do that, and I think we're in a really, really fortunate position. And something that we developed, which I guess we're really proud of, is our daily status app. So our daily status app is something that our internal developers created, and it's an app that our people can log on to every morning and tell us how they're feeling. They can log their morale scores. Back at the day when it was COVID, they could tell us what their location was, whether they had any COVID symptoms. So it was a really great tool for us as a people team to not only see where our people were in the world, whether they're in a hub, whether they're at home, but also tell us how they're feeling as well. So I think that app has really gone a long way in showing how technology can make us a great place to work as well.
And I think there's two things we can take from that Power App that we devised as well. I think firstly, when we looked to withdraw it 12 months ago, the feedback from our people is no, we like it, let's build on it and let's use it. But also, by using a Power App on a day-to-day basis, as we've seen, our salespeople have been having conversations with our customers and using Chess as a case study to get customers to understand that digitalisation journey that they're going on. And we use that Power App on a daily basis. We've seen our customers mirror that within their organisations, and that's just something simple by working collaboratively with internal departments, using our product champions to help roll that out. And when people start to buy into things, it can become a real success, as we've seen. And and the key to that was people buying into what we're trying to do, which I think is really good. I think one of the things that is the hubs that we use is making sure that when our people go to a hub, they've got the technology they need as well, and making sure that those hubs mirror what we have in our head office here in Audley Edge. And we get out and visit the hubs quite often, and look in our London hub last week and our Burnley hub a few weeks ago. People like the technology we've got because they know how to use it, and a lot of that comes back to our product champions, our technology champions, and our One Cultural champions really driving the success of technology. And also, we talked about the quarterly survey before, is asking people what else they need, what else we can do differently, asking people for their opinion on what they think we can do to be even better. And we use that feedback on a weekly basis and take it to the board. And the board, if they think it's a good decision, most of the time it is, we'll roll that out. We're never afraid to make a change quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think from a cultural element as well, Teams is huge for us, isn't it? It's especially with our way of working, with people being scattered all over the country, which is great. We use Teams to collaborate with people a lot. And from a cultural element, our cultural ambassadors who kind of drive our culture, they use Teams we put polls out, we ask people for feedback on cultural initiatives, any business updates go via Teams. So I think, as a way of collaborating all our information in one place, getting hold of people, it's dead quick. Back in the day, it used to be, let's pick up the phone. Now it's all drop someone a message or give them a call on Teams. So I think that has been huge.
Yeah, massively. Yeah. What else do you think's been a kind of a key learning decision from hybrid working over the last few years?
I think communication's huge, isn't it? I think how we communicate with our people, and I touched on it in the previous session, people need to feel like they are being communicated with, they're getting all the information. Our leaders, we touched on it in the leadership training on getting your people together. It's great having a Teams call or a Teams huddle every morning, but getting those people back into the hubs to see the teams face to face. We say do it on a quarterly basis, have your quarterly engagement lunch, which is where our teams can discuss ideas in the teams, etc. So I do think communication is huge in the performance and the cultural element as well.
I think another thing as well is not being afraid to change quickly. So if you put your pillars in place, one of the things we've learned since home working is if you're going to change, you can change quickly if you put your pillars in place. So good at communication, using the right technology, bringing in product champions or people champions, and you can make a decision and you can roll that out, and you can roll it out quickly. But I think the biggest thing for me within change in the last few years from working from home is people are now work more collaboratively, maybe more than when we were sat 10 or 15 yards away from somewhere, but now there's a big focus and a big drive on working collaboratively with the technology we've got. We've seen in the people area over the last few years that we've worked more closely with our digital colleagues more than we've ever done. Because bringing their ideas in with apps and surveys and whatever.
I think as well for reporting, I don't know about you, but Power BI. So you mentioned talking with our dev team. So we have the most fantastic people dashboards. And that's been a great way in kind of revolutionising our reporting. Obviously, we've got the systems in place, but I think Power BI has done a great job in improving our MI, hasn't it? Seeing where our people are in the world, our sickness levels, our attrition levels, especially for a people team as well, and then logging that morale as well. We log the morale scores across the business to the board on a Friday, so people, the board know how our people are feeling, and that's all driven from Power BI. So again, I guess that links back to our top discussion here on how technology goes a great way in making it a great place to work, and I think having good reporting in place is pivotal. Okay, so we've covered a lot of topics there, lots of content. I'm conscious that we've got an infrastructure in place here at Chess, which allows us to implement, the daily status app or the calendar categorization and whatnot. But if there is something that you're interested in, or you want to learn about best practice, or how we've managed to get to 15 consecutive years in the best companies, then please book a consultation, scan the QR code. Tim and I are more than happy to have a chat through what we've done, especially as a business, to be so successful. So, like I said, scan the QR code, book a consultation, more than happy to get in touch with you.
I hope you enjoy the rest of Fit Conference. We've really enjoyed this session. So make sure you scan the QR code.
Thanks for having us. See you soon.